Hello and welcome to Developing Stories. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. The government of Ondo State has assured a partnership with all relevant stakeholders to mitigate effects of natural disasters. The Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, spoke while playing host to Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, in his office. Government House reporter Zahima Ebeme reports that the Director General was in the state on the invitation of the state government over the flood that ravaged Ondo Kingdom. The report is presented from our studios.
The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, was in Akure to sympathize with government and the people of Ondo City over the flood that ravaged the area. According to the Director General, it's the duty of the agency to come to the aid of any state that witnesses such disaster.
We're here to express our deepest sympathies over the loss of livelihoods that have occurred and to stand in solidarity with you during this trying moment. We're expecting other means to see how we can support. We're here to do like a rapid assessment to see ways that NEMA can still support further so that we can bring an end to this thing.
Mrs. Umar thanked the Ondo State government for doing the needful before the heavy rains that destroyed property worth millions of naira.
The current flood situation is a direct manifestation of the predictions that we received from both NIMET and NISA at the beginning of the year. And so it is something that was expected. However, what we tried to do was to go around. We were also here in Ekiti to do sensitization for people to be aware in terms of how to mitigate it. And it is very important and vital for states and local governments to join hands together to not only allocate resources but also ensure that the proper thing is done.
Responding, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, appreciated the Director General and the agency for the continued collaboration in the area of emergency situations in the state.
You've been working with us closely over time. Several occasions when we need you, you are always responding. I want to thank you sincerely for this collaboration. And the one that happened recently in Ondo, that's why you are here. And even before your coming, your officials were also on ground with SEMA, trying to assess the situation. And as if that is not enough, you've done well. You also came personally, to come see things for yourself. Yeah.
The Deputy Governor also reminded the Director General on the need for assistance on the sea incursion problem facing the Ayetoro community and its environs in a larger local government area, which is said has claimed over half of the community.
Beyond what states can cope with. It's a sea coastal incursion, sea incursion. And Ayetoro, almost half of Ayetoro is gone. And it's an historic city that should be preserved. So, with deployment of the federal resources, we'll be able to save that community. So I want to thank you again for your services all the time.
He said government would continue to do the needful in ensuring that flooding is always averted in the state.
The Senate has expressed its full support for the Supreme Court's judgment of 11 August 2024, which granted financial autonomy to the 774 local government councils across Nigeria. During plenary session, the Senate urged all three tiers of government to comply with the ruling and resolve to collaborate with the House of Representatives to amend specific provisions of the 1999 Constitution for effective implementation. These resolutions followed motions sponsored by the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barau, and seconded by Senators Abdul Ningi and Tahiro Mongono. The Senate's resolutions came 2 hours after it encountered challenges regarding the implementation of the Supreme Court's judgment at the state and local government levels. Meanwhile, the Senate has called on state governments that have yet to domesticate the Child Rights Act to do so, emphasizing the need to eradicate harmful traditional practices like female genital mutilation. The call is coming ahead of the International Day of the Girl Child on October 11. This followed a motion sponsored by the Senator Ireti Kingibe of the Labour Party titled "The Plight of the Nigerian Girl Child and the Need for Urgent Intervention by the Federal Government to Save the Future of the Girl Child." In her motion, Kingibe lamented that Nigeria has over 10 million out-of-school children, with the girl child disproportionately affected. The Senate, in its resolution at the plenary, urged the federal government to declare a state of emergency for the protection and welfare of the girl child across the country. In addition, the Senate mandated its Committee on Legislative Compliance to monitor the implementation of laws and policies that protect the girl child. The federal government has launched an application portal for Nigerians willing to convert their vehicles from the use of premium motor spirits, otherwise known as petrol, to compressed natural gas (CNG). In a statement by the National Orientation Agency (NOA), Nigerians who wish to make the switch to CNG could apply on the portal and spread payments in monthly installments. The statement also highlighted flexible payment plans, noting that applicants will receive support through the process to ensure it is hassle-free. The NOA urged interested persons to visit the website gcocng.ng to make the application. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has revealed that cybercrime poses a significant threat to national security. Egbetokun, while declaring open the maiden Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center 2024 Cybersecurity Week, said that cyber criminals were becoming more sophisticated and employing advanced techniques to evade detection and target vulnerability in emerging technologies. Represented by Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of Finance and Administration, Bala Shiroma, the IG said cybercrime was not a mere technical issue, but a matter of national security that requires immediate attention. And outside Nigeria, the European Union and the Council of Europe has issued a joint call for the global abolition of the death penalty, condemning the practice as inhumane and a violation of human dignity. In a statement released ahead of the European and World Day Against the Death Penalty on October 10, the two institutions reaffirmed their opposition to capital punishment in all cases and urged the few remaining states still carrying out executions to impose a moratorium as a first step towards abolition. The EU's High Representative Joseph Borrell and the Secretary General of the Council of Europe, Alan Bossett, expressed concern over the continued use of the death penalty in several countries, despite the global trend towards its eradication. However, the statement highlighted that 5 countries, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, and the United States, remain among the top executioners. And that's Developing Stories. Thank you for watching. Good morning.
Go.